on, or you can take some questions.
Okay. My name is Geraldine Manning, and I'm going to talk tonight about why I'm running. I'm nervous. This is my first run for public office, but it's out of a real need. I really think that the community needs to be aware of the efforts going on in terms of in the states, that we need to update our educational curriculum to match other states. We need to do this because without this, our students are not getting a full education. I'll tell you a little about my background, then I'll go into this. I was a professor, a full-time professor at Suffolk University, and I was on, God knows, 14 different committees. You know, I worked hard, and then when it came time for retirement, I was watching the television, and I said to myself, oh my God, the school committee is not discussing education for the 21st century. And so I said to myself, geez, I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna bring up this issue, because without this, kids are really going to get, you could say, gypped. You could say they're not going to have the access to good jobs and careers. That's just the truth. And I was a Quincy student, and I thought, well, shall I talk about, you know, I want to give back to Quincy? Yes, I do, but it's out of a real problem. So as I watched the school committee, I thought to myself, they need to be aware of making changes and discussing changes in the curriculum. Generally, we're talking about, for most students, they will either feel that their school didn't give them what was necessary, or that they're left behind. I'll talk about some of the issues. An entire generation will fail to make it in the global economy because they can't either think their way through abstract problems, distinguish good information from bad information. They have a lot of information that comes flying at them, but they have no idea what the quality of that information is. And they need to speak a language other than English. Sadly, the situation in most high schools in America is that they shy away from foreign language. They think, oh God, I'm not going to take that. Well, they need to, and we need to push that. They need to know more about the world. If you ask a student a geography question, you will get a look of, I just don't know. Well, you need to function in this society, and to function well as either a business person or a leader in the world. You need to know a great deal about geography. You need to know a great many foreign languages. The more you know, the better. We need also to reform social science education, because most social science education is focused on the United States. They need to know a lot about the world, because they're graduating at a time when they're in competition with the world. And they need to understand that. They need to be able to also think outside the box. That used to be a United States strength. that generally people could think outside the box. But now, given the emphasis on teaching to the test that they have to take in Massachusetts, they're much more rigid in what they learn, and they don't do much thinking outside the box. They also need to think across disciplines. They need to learn that there are some things in art and mathematics that relate. There are some things in design and technology that relate. So kids need to know also what's useful and reliable information. They don't have that. And they need to also develop good people skills. I can't tell you how many kids have said to me that they're scared to talk to an adult face to face. They need to get over that. We need to practice with them, or we need to shut their cell phones off so that they have an opportunity to practice communication skills. It's very sad, but it's all fixable. The good news is, and there is some good news, there are 3 foundations who are putting a tremendous amount of money in this because they're US-based foundations, and they realize that the future's coming awfully fast. The Melinda and what's his name? God help us, Bill Gates Foundation. Also the Carnegie Foundation is providing, this is at the millions of dollars level. It's not any small amount they're investing, because they realize that our students, we really need to help them change so that they can change as well. The other group is the Asia Society. They're putting forth millions of dollars, and that's good news. And my question is, why aren't we talking about this? This should be the main item on the agenda of the school committee. I understand, and I'm a sociologist, I understand that the opioid crisis is a problem. Yes, somebody can take that on in the school committee, but the big effort has to go for preparing these kids for the 21st century. I don't have a table over there, given that this is my first time running, but I do have cards that I wrote out this afternoon if anybody needs to know my name and what I'm running for. Thank you.